Joining me now is Jerry Gunster, Washington lobbyist and strategist. Hi, Jerry. Thanks for joining us tonight. Did this announcement
How are you today?
Did this announcement come as a surprise to you, Jerry?
No, not at all. I think that there were a lot of whispers going on maybe as early as Thursday or Friday that not only was he stepping down, but they had, in fact, already written the statement that he was going to release, and all of the people that I had been around and was told that it would be done by the end of the weekend, which it is.
And significantly, of course, he's endorsed Kamala Harris. Do you think that this is the right move? Is there any other option, really, at this point for the Democrats?
I don't think there is another option, because you have to think about the situation that they have right now. The election right now clearly is Trump's to lose. And any candidate, a Gavin Newsom or somebody that is looking for long-term political aspirations, frankly, does not want this job. So the natural option is go to the Vice President of the United States. She deserves it. She is Biden's pick for Vice President, and it just seems to be the easiest thing for them to do right now. And that's something that I think we're going to see is that she's going to get endorsed. There could be a nasty fight at the convention in about 2 or 3 weeks, but we'll see.
Now, I'm not one for making political predictions because I know that's a fool's errand, but I'm going to stick my neck out here and say I don't think Kamala Harris can possibly beat Donald Trump. Is it possible that the Democrats are thinking, OK, we're not going to win this time, so let's just get our ducks in a row and prepare to take him on in 2028?
Yeah, look, I think it's actually more about the House and the Senate right now, because what is happening right now is that the voters are starting to look at this ticket, Democratic voters, and they're saying, I have no reason to come out to vote. I have no reason to come out to vote because President Joe Biden is not going to win. So I don't know what term you all use in the United Kingdom, but in the United States, that's called down-ballot. Congressional seats, which all of them right now are up for grabs, and about 1/3 of the Senate, all of them will be on the ballot in November. So you have to think through, what do we do to re-energize this group? Because I suspect that all of the opinion research has showed that the Democratic voter was not ready to get up in the morning and cast their vote. They were going to stay home, and now they've got to figure out a way. So the truth is, this is about self-preservation for members of the United States Congress and the United States Senate. That's all that is.
Do you think that this might be an opportunity? It's a new phase now with Joe Biden stepping down. And there's been a lot of talk in the media about the way in which rhetoric has been overblown. Joe Biden's campaign for a long time now appears to have hinged on the notion that Trump is a threat to democracy, which has, of course, been echoed by certain elements of the media who are calling him literally Hitler, or using words like neo-Nazi and fascist very, very casually and inaccurately, of course. Is it possible now that we might move into a new phase where people are dialing down that kind of rhetoric, and we might get to the point where people are once again engaging in serious adult political debate?
Boy, I can only hope so, because as a voter, I'm actually live in Washington, D.C. I'm originally from a big swing state of Pennsylvania, and I am hoping that one way or the other, this turns down the volume a lot. I also believe if you look at Trump's speech and you look at the way he's conducted himself since this assassination attempt, there has been, I think, a slightly different tone coming out of the news outlets. But make no mistake about it, this is what's in front of them right now, and give it 2 or 3 weeks, and they're going to start turning the heat right back up, and they're going to start slinging arrows at each other very, very quickly. I think we're in, I guess, what you would call a slight honeymoon since the president's assassination, but that honeymoon is not going to last very long.
And to what extent do you think that the American public are of the view that the Democrats, and particularly Biden, bear some responsibility for raising the temperature to a degree where someone thinks that the best way to deal with the situation is to resort to violence? He famously said that Trump needs to be put in the bullseye. Do you think that has contributed to the situation? I'm not blaming him. I'm asking you whether you think he's raised the temperature.
Oh, I think he has raised the temperature. I don't think there's any doubt about it. And this is a man who was elected who said he was going to bring the temperature down. And frankly, it just hasn't happened.
Very interesting. OK, Jerry Gunster, thanks so much for joining me.